Thank you very much, Dana.
Cool.
Hey, but before the next question, I should mention that speaking of all the fighters from Canada wanting to be on the Toronto card, we've got two great fighters that are setting up for a autograph session after here. Sam Stout. Sam, where are you, Sam? Hands of Stone Stout. Sam Stout. Coming off a great victory in Anaheim. And then Claude Patrick. Has Claude made it here yet? Claude's on his way, but another great Canadian fighter out of Mississauga.
Yeah, Sam Stout, the guy that's guaranteed. All the other fighters hate him because they know when he's on the card, he's winning the fight of the night bonus. He's always stealing fight of the night bonus. How you doing? Good.
Dana, what do you think of MMA in the Olympics?
Yeah, I think it's going to happen, man. It should happen. When you think about it, all the Olympic events, let's boxing, you know, you can box in MMA. Judo, you can do chokes and throws and everything else. Wrestling, you can do takedowns and slams. And you got Taekwondo, where you can kick and knee and punch and elbow. I mean, why shouldn't this be an Olympic sport? Again, it's a matter of education. And, you know, I hope it happens while I'm alive. I think it should be. It should be now. And it's going to take somebody to actually get in there and start to lay down some rules. There should be amateur mixed martial arts. And it eventually will happen. I don't know if it's going to happen while I'm alive, but I'd like to see it.
Also, what do you think of attendance records you're looking at for the Rogers Center?
Yeah. Well, let me put it to you this way. This fight this weekend, we're breaking all the records for this Montreal fight with Georges St. Pierre. It's the most attended event in North America, which is going to be 23,000 plus. And it's the biggest live gate in mixed martial arts history in the world, which is north of $5 million, okay? So we're pumped about that. That's this Saturday. That record will be destroyed when we come here April 30th, 2011 at the Rogers Center. We will destroy that record. I don't know how big or how much it'll beat it, but I know it's going to be big. And understand this, you know, we don't get licensed till January, but we're feeling pretty confident that we should be able to get licensed here. So we're announcing that we're coming here. We have the date. We don't really have any more of the specifics on the fight. Who, how we're going to set this thing up, how many people. We really haven't dove into that yet.
Also, one more question. I'd love to work for the U.F.C. They're going to be expanding in Canada, in Toronto. What do I do to get a job with you guys?
You talk to this guy right here.
Better be nice to me.
Yeah, you talk to this guy right here.
Thank you for your time.
What do people do in Canada that want to apply for the UFC?
They send an email to ufccanada.com. They all will eventually come to me.
There you go.
And that just is going to flood my inbox.
ufccanada.com.
ufccanada.com.
Hey, Dana, really stoked for Montreal. Got my tickets, not asking for any free stuff.
Thank you.
Basically, I know you guys have the UFC Vault. I know you have DVDs. But do you anticipate UFC fights coming onto iTunes anytime soon?
Yeah,
I think it'd be great.
We're working on that right now, actually. Not only are we working on putting fights on iTunes, you know, we'd love to have a situation where we can, you know, you could buy fights through iTunes and do things like that, meaning live events. There's a lot of problems in trying to coordinate and figure this thing out. But yes, fights are coming to iTunes.
The other thing is Mayhem Miller. I heard on Joe Rogan's podcast. He's got one fight left with Strikeforce. You think he'd be a good addition to the UFC?
Yeah, I think so. You know, he lost to Georges St. Pierre a long time ago. That was his last fight in the UFC, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Listen, we're always interested in bringing in the best guys in the world, so we'll see.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, man.
How's it going, Dana?
Good. How are you?
I have a question for you and a question for Tom.
Cool.
Firstly, what are your plans for UFC in the Middle East with Flash Forward Marketing, I believe?
Yep.
Yeah,
we were actually talking about doing an event down in Abu Dhabi again this year. So we're in the middle of figuring that deal out. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's growing down there too, getting more popular. You know, one of the crazy things about the culture in Abu Dhabi, you realize when kids start going to school there, jiu-jitsu is a required class. It's like math or science or whatever. So, you know, it's going to just keep getting bigger and bigger throughout the Middle East.
Tom, I have a question for you. We all saw that you don't get what you don't ask for, and that guy kind of stole my idea. But I've been trying to get in touch with you since September, hassling people like Debbie Souza. I'm not looking for a handout, maybe just 10 minutes of your time before you leave here. Is that possible?
10 minutes of my time before I leave? Absolutely.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
Dan, I had two questions, but I think I'll just go with one because a couple of people scooped my other question. But in the past, Dana, you said you'd be reluctant to book a stadium in a place like Toronto because you wanted to preserve the experience. Right. What changed your mind?
Well, it's not that we're not going to do that here. And one of the things that really changed, I guess it changed my mind. I guess I don't know if that was exactly the term I would use, but I went to the Pacquiao fight down at Dallas, Texas Stadium, and I was blown away how because of the way the stadium is built, what they were able to do with a large crowd and how everybody felt like they were part of the fight. So we're going to dive into this thing here at the Rogers Center. I promise you, I guarantee you, everybody that shows up in this fight in Toronto, you will have the same experience that you've had at Mandalay Bay and all the other places around the world that you've gone, because everywhere I go, there's a million Canadians, no matter where we are. You will have that same experience here in Toronto, I guarantee it.
And Tom, can I have 3 minutes of your time after? It's diminishing returns. Only 3 minutes.
I don't know your name.
Killeen Kelly. But don't put that. I kind of skipped out on work, so.
No problem.
3 minutes, Killeen Kelly, if I just.
I'd be happy to. I think we got a question upstairs.
Yeah. Hi, Dana.
Hey.
I was like soccer fan first. Now it's UFC first, you know.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Do you think like 5-10 years from now, like UFC is going to be bigger than soccer worldwide?
I do.
Me too, really.
Well, here's what I think, and this is my philosophy, and this is the philosophy that started this business. I believe that, you know, when you look globally, think about American football. In America, there's nothing bigger than American football. Hockey's huge up here. Soccer's big in many places all over the world. But here's the one thing that I believe. No matter what color you are, no matter what country you come from, or no matter what language you speak, we're all human beings. And fighting's in our DNA. We get it and we like it, okay? And here's another thing. And I can prove a lot of things and throw a bunch of stats and numbers at you. I have absolutely no proof of this whatsoever, but it's absolutely what I believe. I think that before a guy threw a ball through a hoop, a guy hit a ball with a stick, two men were put on this earth, somebody threw a punch, and whoever was standing around ran over and watched. I think this is the first sport ever, and fighting's going to be around for a long time, and it crosses borders, and everybody loves it. So, yes, I think this will be the biggest sport in the world.
One more question. Are you going to be across here for pictures or no?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm in Toronto till Thursday. I'll take pictures with everybody in this city if they want to.
Excellent.
All right?
Hey, Dan, how you doing? With the recent merger of the WC, a lot of smaller fighters coming in. They're known for putting on exciting fights. Is there a concern that some of the, the heavier weight classes start losing out on Fight of the Night bonuses and stuff like that?
Hell yes, and I love it. Yeah, exactly. And believe me, it's funny you say that, because every time we put on an event, I go backstage after the weigh-ins and I talk to the fighters, about the fight coming up. And I throw some information at them, tell them about the fights, and, try to get these guys fired up to get out there and win that bonus. And one of the things I just said is that, get ready. You guys are going to go broke, man, because all these smaller weight guys are coming in. They've never had bonuses like this. They've never had the ability to fight in front of this many people. These smaller guys have always been exciting, and they're fired up to be here, and they want that money, man. So the bigger guys better step it up.
Boss.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good, you?
Good, man. I just wanted to say, on behalf of everybody here, myself, thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And thanks for getting her done in Toronto. I'm sure we all appreciate it. It's Rogers Center. I hear some rumors you guys are going to be utilizing the space, transforming it into the Roman Colosseum feel, in the intro. And seeing as it's April 30th, dome might be open, sun might be shining. How do you plan on utilizing the space?
You actually know more about the live event we're putting on than I do. We actually don't know what we're doing yet. We got to get in there and we got to figure it out. But, yeah, I don't know about that. Who knows? Maybe that's a possibility. I don't know.
Well, you know more about the live event than both of us combined. So,
will you be using the whole dome, try to sell out the whole capacity, 65,000, kind of go over the WWE?
We don't know. We don't know how we're going to do this thing. Got to get in there. I got to get in there with my guys. If you guys watch my blogs, Timberlake on there, right? Craig, we're sorry. He's got to come in here, do a walkthrough of this place, and we got to figure out how we're going to do it.
For sure. When do tickets go on sale? Any idea?
Around New Year's.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Dana. I just have a few quick questions.
Cool.
Considering the controversial decision in the Machida Rampage fight, when will Machida get a chance to fight Rampage again, and will he get a chance at another title fight?
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, the only controversy in that fight was with Rampage. Okay, Rampage was, he thought he lost the fight. I personally scored that fight for Rampage. Thought he won 2 of the 3 rounds, and we're not looking to put together a rematch between those two. As far as Machida's next fight, Machida called us, right after that fight and said, "I'll fight again tomorrow. I'm ready to go. I want to fight again." So expect to see Machida fighting soon.
So today I brought with me my Dana White figure. Will you be signing autographs after the session?
Bring it up here. I'll do it now. Do you have a pen?
You.
You do? Hey, Kay, do you have a silver? Okay. Come on up. All right. Hey, my man, what's up?
Hey, Dan, I just want to thank you for being down to earth. You're no Bob Goodenow or David Stern. You actually come here and you talk to us.
Thank you.
You take care of the fans. I know you've taken care of me, and I want to thank you.
Thank you, brother.
And Montreal's going to be my 7th UFC event.
You're the
my
man.
wife hates you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Tell your wife I'm sorry.
Hey, Dana, how's it going, Tom?
Good. Hi.
A couple questions. What do you think of Chael Sonnen's recent appeal and how that went?
Yeah, it was interesting how that whole thing was going to go down. I think that there's a lot of problems right now with these athletic commissions, and I feel like we're not getting the respect that boxing got, unfortunately. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can really say about it. We're overseen by the government, and it is what it is.
He's a smooth talker. I thought he would get himself out of it, but what can you do? Sugar Rashad Evans, what's the update on that and the Shogun fight? Interim belt, what are we thinking?
No, there won't be any interim belt. Those two are going to fight as soon as Shogun's ready. If you guys... The MMA awards are coming up on Versus, and Shogun's there. He looks great. He's in fantastic shape. He's walking on, he had to walk up the stairs, and his leg looks good. So he's right on track. One of the things that happened with Shogun, he's had so many knee surgeries. He was getting his knee done in Brazil, and then was doing no rehab whatsoever. He was just going back in and starting to train again. So he keeps doing damage to this knee. We got his knee done by the best knee doctor in the United States, and he did everything that he was supposed to do as far as rehab goes, and he's taken the time to let it heal. Now he's easing himself back into training. This one should last. This knee surgery should last him.
Good stuff. I just want to say I respect and admire what you do for the fans. And now, is Canada your biggest market, particularly Toronto?
Well, the biggest, realistically, the biggest market is the United States. But pound for pound, yeah, there's no doubt Canada is. I mean, and this place is seriously the Mecca, and Toronto is, yes. The answer to your question is yes, okay?
And the reason why I asked that, I mean, I know you're a businessman. I'm a businessman myself. And I know a real businessman doesn't come to Toronto with only 2 UFC tickets. Can you help me out so I can get my girlfriend into UFC on Montreal?
Let me tell you what. When I tell you this thing is so sold out, all right, here's the deal. Now, normally, you've seen me in these situations before. Usually when people ask for whatever, I usually do whatever the fans ask of me when I'm out in these public things. But what's happening right now is this thing is sold out. And if you know anything, I also, the people who follow me on Twitter, I tweet tickets. Now, I only have something like 15 tickets for Twitter for this event, and it's in my section. So I'm going to be twittering. That's what I got to save those 15 for.
Thanks, Dana.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Dana, you said...
There we go. We got a scalper right over here in the front row. Go over and negotiate with this guy. Need tickets? Got tickets? I have 4 tickets. How many of those? My man. You were hoping I was going to say no and not give him tickets.